Now, this is the account we have in this inspired text of Scripture regarding Jacob's death and burial. And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die. In my grave which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan, there shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again. Genesis, the 50th chapter, verse 4 to 7. And Pharaoh said, Go up and bury thy father, according as he made thee swear. And Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt. And this is the account we have in the book of Jasher regarding these events. Jasher, the 56th chapter, verse 49 to 52. And Joseph and his brethren brought their father Jacob from that place, and they went to Hebron to bury Jacob in the cave by his father. And they came unto Kereth Arba to the cave, and as they came, Esau stood with his sons against Joseph and his brethren as a hindrance in the cave, saying, Jacob shall not be buried therein, for it belongeth to us and our father. And Joseph and his brethren heard the words of Esau's sons, and they were exceedingly wroth. And Joseph approached unto Esau, saying, What is this thing which they have spoken? Surely my father Jacob bought it from thee for great riches after the death of Isaac, now 25 years ago. And also all the land of Canaan he bought from thee and from thy sons and thy seed after thee. And Jacob bought it for his sons and his seed after him, for an inheritance forever. And why speakest thou these things this day? Now the purchase of this land was made from Esau some years ago. Now that Jacob is dead, Esau, who has not forgotten about how Jacob gained the birthright from him, is so wicked to the point of lying about the transaction. The hatred of Esau towards his brother Jacob extends even to his death. We have already seen that Esau hated Jacob to the point of him telling him that he wanted to root him out and his descendants. Jubilee, the 37th chapter, verse 20 to 23. Now this hatred will set off a fatal confrontation with the sons of Esau and the sons of Jacob. Jasher, the 56th chapter, verse 55 to 56. And Joseph said unto Esau, Surely my father inserted these things with thee in the record of purchase, and testified the record with witnesses. And behold, it is with us in Egypt. And Esau answered, saying unto him, Bring the record. All that thou wilt find in the record, so will I do. Jasher 56, 53 to 54. And Esau answered, saying, Thou speakest falsely and utterest lies. For I sold not anything belonging to me in all this land, as thou sayest, neither did my brother Jacob buy aught belonging to me in this land. And Esau spoke these things in order to deceive Joseph with his words, for Esau knew that Joseph was not present in those days when Esau sold all belonging to him in the land of Canaan to Jacob. Now Joseph had assumed that there would be no need to bring the purchase record with him from Egypt. But now that he realized that Esau would not be honorable in this matter, he had to send back to Egypt to get the record. At this point, Esau is not only lying, he has now resorted to calling Joseph the son of Jacob a lie. But notice next what Joseph tells Esau. Jasher, the 56th chapter, verse 57 to 60. And Joseph called unto Naphtali his brother, and he said, Hasten quickly, stay not, and run, I pray thee, to Egypt, and bring all the records, the record of the purchase, the sealed record, and the open record, and also all the first records in which all the transactions of the birthright are written. Fetch now. And thou shalt bring them unto us hither, that we may know from them all the words of Esau and his sons which they spoke this day. And Naphtali hearkened to the voice of Joseph, and he hastened and ran to go down to Egypt. And Naphtali was lighter on foot than any of the stags that were upon the wilderness, for he would go upon ears of corn without crushing them. Wow, how fast was Naphtali, really? The speed with which this son of Jacob could run is staggering to us. Not only was he fast, he was light of foot. The passage in Jasher tells us that he was just as fast as one of the deer in the wilderness. Now, a stag is the ancient word for deer. But not only this, he could go upon ears of corn without crushing them. And of course, we still have Israelites today in the Caribbean, in Africa, and even in modern day America that may have inherited a fraction of the speed Naphtali possessed. But ultimately, what happened is this. Esau strengthened their resistance to Joseph, burying Jacob in the cave of to the point of an all-out war at the cave of Machpelah. Jasher, the 56th chapter, verse 61 to 65. And all the sons of Jacob and the people of Egypt fought with Esau and his men, and the sons of Esau and his people were smitten before the sons of Jacob. And the sons of Jacob slew Esau's people 40 men. And choose him, the son of Dan, the son of Jacob, was at that time with Jacob's sons, but he was about 100 cubits distance from the place of battle, for he remained with the children of Jacob's sons by Jacob's briar to guard it. And choose him was dumb and deaf. Still he understood the voice of consternation among men. And he asked, saying, Why do you not bury the dead? And what is this great consternation? And they answered him the words of Esau and his sons. And he ran to Esau in the midst of the battle, and he slew Esau with a sword, and he cut off his head, and it sprang to a distance, and Esau fell amongst the people of the battle. And when Choosem did this thing, the sons of Jacob prevailed over the sons of Esau, and the sons of Jacob buried their father Jacob by force in the cave, and the sons of Esau beheld it. So the outcome of the battle was victory for Jacob's sons, which were able to bury Jacob, though it had to be by force. And one of the sons of Esau that witnessed and participated in this battle was Zepho, the son of Eliphaz, who never forgot this confrontation, of which we will see in our next slide presentation. Shalom.